All right, on this problem, part A, they want you to find the domain and the range, but they want the answers in interval notation and And the domain is all of the x's. So when I'm looking at this graph, and let me go back to a blue pen for that because the graph is in blue, it's actually going as far to the left as possible as it can go, and the farthest to the left would be negative infinity. Now when it's going to the right, it looks like it's only going uphill, but see how as it's going uphill, it is moving further and further to the right? So eventually, in that direction, it'll stretch all the way to negative infinity. So my domain here is going to be from negative infinity, to positive infinity. What is the matter? That's my cat. I don't know. Oh, Lord. Okay. And now we're doing the range. And the range would be all of the y coordinates. Now, when I'm looking at this graph, the lowest point on the graph, I'm going to draw a horizontal line to show this. The x-axis, this graph never crosses the x-axis. So the lowest you could possibly get would be 0. But since it's not touching the x-axis, we don't include that 0. And then this thing does definitely, see, it's never going to hit the x-axis. So it's not going to get to 0 on the y. And it does keep going up and up and up and up and up and up and up in this direction. So eventually it gets to infinity. And so that's my range. Now when they talk about the asymptote, that is either a horizontal, let's see, okay, since they do have, hush, I'm teaching. Since they do have a y right here, y equals, you are looking for a horizontal asymptote, because all horizontal lines go through the y-axis. So this would be y equals, what are this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be y equals 5, and this would be y equals 4, and this would be y equals 3. Please take that kitty cat out of here. Thank you. Those are all horizontal lines. This graph, let me erase all this. This graph never crosses the x-axis. So since it's coming down and running along the x-axis here, the x-axis is your asymptote. And the graph, or the equation to the x-axis is y equals 0. Because when you draw a horizontal line that is the x-axis, what you're going through is the y-axis right here at 0. That's the origin. That is where both x and y are 0, but we're interested in the y. And then part C, to graph the function, you must compute 2 additional quantities. Find one point on the curve, as is often the case. The point where x is equal to 0 is easy to calculate. Yeah. Our original function is up here. Let's go with teal blue. This is our original function. And 0 is the easiest possible number to work with. So if you had 4 to the 0, it will equal 1. And you can even see in this picture that I just grabbed from Mobius, it does cross at 0, 1. All of them do. Anything that is in the basic form of f of x is equal to, I usually say a to the x. It looks like they've got b to the x. A, b, it doesn't matter. Whatever the base is, some number raised to the 0 power will always equal 1. So this thing will always go through 1 on the y-axis. So that's an extra point that I know. And then, let's see, find one point on the curve. So x is 0, y is 1. And then it says find a second point when x is 1. So 4 to the 1 would be 4. All right, so let me jump back to Mobius and the domain. Enter infinity. They're not giving me an option to type infinity. I really wish, like down here, here's the equation editor. Why aren't you giving me this equation editor up here so I can type in the infinity? See that? Come on. It would be so much easier. Whatever. Parenthesis negative INF INITY, comma, and then it's just positive INF INITY. I really don't understand why I don't get the equation editor there. And then the range was 0 to INF INITY, infinity. And then the horizontal asymptote, I'm closing that out because it's kind of silly, is just y equals 0. See, that makes absolutely no sense. Why would they give me the equation editor for just y equals 0? Stupid. Okay, and then on this one it was 0, 1, and 1, 4. And then on part D, okay, I got to draw it this time. To draw the graph, click on the grid below. Okay, do I click on this or just click on the grid? Oops, nope. How do I delete that? Delete? There you go. Okay, so I think I want to click on this, don't you? Click on that, and then I'm going to go 0, 1. Nope, it's not doing it. 0, 1, and then 1, 4. And now click on that. What the hell? I don't know. Hang on. Now what? Ah, okay. And click on any point where the y coordinate is the asymptote. Okay, let me try this again. Are you gonna let me try this again? How the hell do you clear this? How do I clear it? I want to move this to here, to 0. Sorry, I'm getting frustrated. Trash? Trash? There we go. Oy vey. Okay, now go to this. Click on here and here to draw the graph. Click on the grid below to add 2 points from part C that lie on the graph. I did that. Then click on any point where the y coordinate is the asymptote. So now I go to 0. There we go. Whew. Read the directions, April. Oy vey. Okay, I said oy vey too many times, didn't I? All right, how did I do? Did I get all this crap right? Okay, my graph is right, so all this must be right. Yes, everything is green and the world is wonderful again. All right. So, sorry it took me so long to figure out that stupid graph, but, you know, it's my first time doing this class.